Good morning, viewers. Today I am present before you with Ben Jonson's play The Alchemist. Through today's podcast, I will be talking how Ben Jonson contributed to English comedy by taking in context his famous play The Alchemist. Before I begin the podcast, it is advisable that you keep a paper and a pen so that you can jot down the important points relating to this particular topic. It is further advisable that you use earplugs while listening to the podcast. So here I begin. No one of the great vital personalities of the Elizabethan age was so well known to us as Ben Jonson. He belongs to the generation which was the most prolific of variously talented writers. He was the contemporary of Dekker, Marston, Middleton, Fletcher, Turner, Webster, and Heywood. His plays contain numerous contemporary allusions and satirical portraits of actual persons of his day, and he gives us many expositions of dramatic theory. He was the first great English neoclassicist who was in revolt against the artistic principles of his contemporaries and who sought in the classics a cure for the uncontrolled romantic exuberance of Elizabethan literature. For him, the chief function of literature was to instruct. Jonson wrote works in almost all the genres, but the genre which brought maximum popularity to him was comedy. His main concern through this genre was to reflect the manners of the day. In the prologue to his famous work, Every Man in His Humour, he wrote that the aim of his comedy was to sport with human follies, not with crimes. He chose this genre to expose human follies and convert them to laughter, and thereby correcting the society. He basically focused on the fact that comedy leads an audience to try to shed their follies and absurdities by making them laugh at those follies and absurdities. All these observations are seen in The Alchemist. The play is a moralist comedy with teeth in it. It bites deep into many vices and follies and generates in a thoughtful audience a much more serious interest than mere entertainment will provide. We can say that his comedies are fair correctives which aimed at curing people of their follies and absurdities by making their victims laugh at them. Jonson's contribution to the realm of comedy is conspicuous. His comedies are reflections of the contemporary society. The Alchemist is a rich and sparkling comedy which keeps us amused and laughing from beginning to end. It is essentially a satirical comedy which contains satiric portraits as well as satire on human greed, covetousness, lust, and credulity. His characters are all satiric portraits of Renaissance aspiration, of the belief that man can make anything he will of himself and of his world, that he can storm heaven and become one with the gods or make of earth a new paradise. Human nature is considered by Jonson's characters as endlessly plastic and therefore subject to the alchemical process. Apart from this angle, there is another angle to Jonson's play, and that is attack on Puritanism. In The Alchemist, Jonson carries us beyond the particular bits of Puritan alchemy and depicts the entire Puritan movement as an attempt to transform the base human motives of greed, lust, and desire for political power into piety and religious zeal. The play presents contrast between reality and illusion. The characters in the play are not what they seem to be. They either mask their identities deliberately or are made to forget their identities by others. The vivid pictures of London life makes Jonson's comedies among the most informative plays of the period. His comedies are so well constructed that a mere reading of it present the whole areas of Elizabethan society. A study of his comedies is indispensable if we would like to know the brilliant and amusing surface of the most colorful era in English history. The Alchemist is one of his best written realistic plays which contains vivid picture of Jonson's age and the thoughts and desires which dominated the minds of the people. The action and everyday events are beautifully woven in Jonson's play. To conclude, it can be said that life in Jonson's plays is viewed as a process of alchemy, the transmutation of base matter into gold. Each of his characters is an alchemist attempting to transform himself or herself by means of his philosopher's stone into some higher form. As a comedy writer, Jonson's contribution to the realm of comedy is stupendous. Not only The Alchemist, but his other plays also present life of Jacobean age, and as a vigilant dramatist, he has used his art to entertain as well as correct people of their various vices and follies. So this is all about how Ben Jonson has contributed in the realm of comedy, and the special context taken is The Alchemist. I hope this podcast proved to be of help to each one of you. Please mention your observations and questions in the comment section below. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click on the bell icon to get the latest updates. Thank you for your valuable time. Here's wishing you a great day ahead.